Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout, and let's talk about Amy Jo Johnson, also known as the Pink Ranger, is writing a new comic book series. Some people may be wondering, who cares? What's the big deal? Why would you talk about this? Well, you know what? It's something positive. It's good to talk about people doing things that are going to be cool. And I grew up in the 90s, probably a lot of you did as well, and she was one of my first crushes. And don't kid yourself, she was probably your first crush as well. So I'm going to be talking about this thing, what she's doing, why she's doing it. Before I do, if you go on over, hit subscribe, click the notification bell, comment, and like this video. I want to hear your opinion on what Amy Jo Johnson is up. Amy Jo Johnson, I keep messing up her name. What she's doing. All right, so I'm over here in Variety, original pink Power Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson. I should just call her like AJ Johnson, right? Writing new comic book series, it's my version. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be pretty good. Netflix is going to be premiering this. It's not really a Power Rangers reboot. It's more like a tribute with some of the past actors who were in the Power Rangers. They have David Yost, who played the Blue Ranger. They have the actor that played the Black Ranger. They're missing a lot of the key people, but one of the people that everybody was worried about was, why isn't Amy Jo Johnson in this thing? She said she has other projects that are going to be coming to the market, and I think this is the one she was talking about. It's been 30 years since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers premiered, but Amy Jo Johnson, who played the original Pink Ranger, isn't finished with the franchise quite yet. After raising $250,000 in less than 24 hours via a Kickstarter campaign, that is really impressive. I mean, there are campaigns with publicity that go for 30 days, and they don't even come close to $250,000. I mean, it really is amazing. For the Power Rangers, a 30th anniversary comic book celebration, Johnson will write a brand new Power Rangers comic book series with publisher Boom Studios, Variety can exclusively announce, debuting the series next year. Johnson collaborated with her partner and director Matt Hodson to co-write it. He recalls coming up with the idea before the pandemic hit in 2020. Quote, "I was daydreaming about it and mentioned it to my boyfriend, Matt. He said, 'Why don't you try to write it as a comic book?' Johnson tells Variety. We had all the time on our hands, so we daydreamed up this entire book series knowing the 30th anniversary was coming." The new comic series is something that Johnson has been elated about for quite some time. It has been hard to sit on this and not talk about it for a year. 3, really. And she promises that the new series would be different from the original in the sense that it's my version. So probably it's going to be centered around her character. After leaving the series in 95, Johnson says she's moved on from Power Rangers and has no idea about the fan outrage that ensued. "I didn't even know they were upset. There was no internet. There was no social media." She says working on the set of Power Rangers had its flaws. The series was non-union, which is hard to believe, and they got paid nothing for that thing. And she made roughly $700 an episode. Now, a lot of people will see that and they'll be like, wow, that's a lot of money. But keep in mind, if you're in a union, a Screen Actors Guild TV show, and you have, it's called a 5 and under, if you have 5 lines or less, and you work on it for a week, it's between $3,000 to $5,000 you're paid. And plus you get residuals for it. That's just a person with 5 lines or less. She is a lead. She is one of the reoccurring leads of this hit TV show. I mean, it's a show that's on a mainstream network, and she got $700 an episode. And with non-union, you don't usually get residuals either. So it's a really bad deal. Oblivious to unions and the benefits that she could have received, Johnson admits she was just excited to be working as an actor. "I was getting paid more than I've ever been on a job week," she adds. "I matured, grew older, and found out what was safe and normal." Post Power Rangers, she acted in Suzy Q. Saw that movie, loved it. Perfect Body, Felicity, and Flashpoint. For the last 10 years, she has turned her attention to behind the camera, writing and directing 4 short films, 2 feature films, and made her directorial debut on the CW's Superman and Lois. One production she did not join, however, was Netflix's upcoming Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and For All reunion film. When Johnson's original Power Rangers co-stars Walter Emmanuel Jones and David Yost joined the cast, fans speculated as to why she was not a part of the film. She took to Twitter to address these claims. saying that her decision had nothing to do with money. Speaking to Variety, she revealed there was a bunch of different factors that came into play, one of them being I was working on the other projects, and I also have a 14-year-old. I stopped acting and switched my focus to writing and directing almost 10 years ago. I can give a list of excuses. She adds, it just didn't even occur to me to join the reunion because I was so focused on this comic book and telling this story. While Johnson might not have said yes to the Power Rangers reunion movie, it's clear that the franchise still holds a special place in her heart. Jason David Frank was one of Johnson's original co-stars and a dear friend who died in November of 2022. That was really sad. I remember reading about that. For now, she reveals in the excitement that her fans will get to experience her new comic series. Quote, this is my thank you. This is my love letter to the fans, she says. It's just been incredible to have these kids who are now adults support me through all my career changes. I don't know. I'm excited about it. And, you know, I wasn't like the hugest Power Rangers fan during the 90s, but I was definitely a fan of her for sure. And I would bet I would probably buy a copy of the comic book. I mean, it's cool. It's like a 30-year anniversary. It could be a nice thing to add to my collection. But let me know what you think. Are you going to buy this 30-year anniversary Pink Ranger Power Rangers comic book, or are you just like, well, whatever, I wish her the best, and hopefully she sells a lot? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, click subscribe. Later.